What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, I had this video recommended to me. Is this the best thing about Sweden? I might mess up this name. Allemansrätten explain. We finna check it out. I know I probably messed up that name, but y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations.
Morning. So before, when me and Molin used to decide kind of spontaneously that we were going to go away on a camping trip or something like that, it was just a case of throwing a few bits in a backpack and jumping in the car and going away for a couple of days. It is not like that anymore. But that's life as a parent, I suppose.
What type of car is that? They stuffed that thing.
Anymore. But that's life as a parent, I suppose. It's still kind of nice to be spontaneous sometimes, though, isn't it?
For sure. Volvo. It looks like a very hot day out there.
So, we're on our way down to Öland, which is a really nice little island just down on the east coast of Sweden. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to talk about probably one of my favourite things about Sweden. In my opinion, it might actually be the best thing about this country, or at least one of them. And it's one of the things that really does make Sweden, Sweden, in my opinion. So it's actually a law called Allemansrätten. And it literally translates to every person's right. And what it essentially means is
I thought it was a city. I thought it was going to talk about city, but that makes sense.
Translates to every person's right. And what it essentially in Sweden, in my opinion. So it's actually a law called Allemansrätten. And it literally translates to every person's right. And what it essentially means is that every person in Sweden has the right to go anywhere that they want to go. And that covers all sorts of things like camping and staying in a camper van and even staying in a car, depending on where you are. Now, there are obviously laws that cover kind of people's private property and things like that. But in general, you can basically go anywhere you want and you can stay anywhere you like. There's a couple of laws which stop people being really stupid with it. So, for example, you can only stay in one place for up to 24 hours, and then you have to move on. Quite how far you have to move, I'm not sure. There's also things like you're not allowed to leave any trace that you were there. As long as you're sensible and you leave a place in the way that you found it, you know, you're fine. You can basically...
Which makes sense, because I still remember there used to be... I think they stopped them, but I know, like, there was this homeless man, especially growing up. I used to always see him. He would sleep in this one building, just in the chair. Like, at a certain time, he would always be there and sleep there. But, unless you pass by, like, you never knew he was there. So, of course, like, as an adult, I had times where I came in, because I think even as an adult, that was still, like, his main spot to sleep. It was only him. But even as an adult, they never seen him. Like, it was clean. Things was, he didn't leave a trace like that, like he was there or nothing, So, but I don't know. They might have stopped them, put a law in place, and probably stopped them sleep, because I haven't seen them there in a couple of years. But that's crazy. That's crazy, though.
Basically go and stay anywhere you want. And in the past, it's meant that me and Molin can spontaneously make a decision to go camping. So we've done this drive before. We've hopped in the van and drove all the way down to Öland. It takes us about somewhere between 3 and 4 hours, depending where on the island we want to go. And we're always sensible.
This is probably something I don't know. I haven't been camping in a minute. I don't go often. It usually was like when I was with my youth group type stuff. But do you need a permit to camp or something? Or, because I usually see, like, if you have an RV or something, they usually kind of give you like a little RV park. And then there are some certain campsites that you can go. I didn't know if you need like a permit or something. I know you need a permit to fish. Here, it's illegal to just go fishing without a permit.
And we're always clean, and we we don't leave any trace of us being there. It makes for a really nice kind of couple of days. And that's why I really do think it's one of the best things about this country. It's one of the things that makes Swedes so close to nature. When you think of Sweden, you think of this beautiful nature and you think of Swedes as being kind of a part of it. And this is definitely one of the reasons why. It gives Swedes the freedom to go and be in nature. And with Sweden having such incredible nature, some beautiful lakes, you can go and camp next to a lake if you want. Nice. You can go and camp in a forest anywhere. And you have the right to do that. That's one of the things I wanted to discuss today. Obviously, I'm going to show off a little bit of Öland as well, because it is a beautiful place. But anyway, we're going to carry on the journey, and I'll see you when we get to Öland.
Oh, look at that beautiful water. They got their own boat. A sauna. Is that like for the public? Is this a sauna for the public, or is this some belongs to somebody? There's just a random sauna there.
So, we're in Öland. This is actually our second day here. We didn't get much videoing done yesterday. After we went to that little harbour, we kind of just came, set up camp and enjoyed the evening. We had barbecue and had a nice evening. We're actually camped just up on the cliffs just behind me, and this is kind of what we're looking at. We're overlooking the sea, this nice pebble beach. It's just absolutely lovely here. And it feels like there aren't many places in the world where this kind of rule would work, this Allemansrätten. It just feels like it works so well in Sweden for a number of reasons. Firstly, there is just so much nature here. The entire country is just nature. It's really beautiful, and it is one of the main reasons why this works. There's just so much space and so few people.
That's how it still reminds me of Texas, probably without all the beaches and stuff, but Texas is so much like if you ever come to Texas, like not even just thinking of like Dallas, Houston, like the major cities, but like in the most countryest parts of Texas, it's so much land out here, guys. It's a lot. Open fields, you'll see lots of cattle and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot. It's very possible to find a camping site here. I don't know the measures to go camping like that, but like I feel like it could possibly work in Texas. I don't know.
Only something like 10 million people in Sweden, and all of this land. It means that there's just so much space for everybody. And that's one of the reasons why this law works so well here. But the other reason, and probably in my opinion the main reason, is because Swedes actually abide by the rules of this law. So the rules state that you're allowed to stay in one place for 24 hours. After that, you need to pack up and move on. You don't need to move far, but you just can't stay in one place for more than a day. We stayed in a fantastic spot last night. It's almost as if it was man-made. It's just so perfect. A little cove out overlooking the sea. But we packed up today. We've been to look around a couple of harbours and been for a coffee, and we've come back to somewhere similar. That place was now taken by somebody else, but we found somewhere almost just as good, and you can't complain. And the other law is that you're not supposed to leave any trace that you were there. So there's a saying which goes inte störa, inte förstöra, which translates to do not disturb, do not destroy. And that's kind of how they teach children how to abide by the rules of Allemansrätten. Leave the place in the way that you found it. Don't disturb nature. Don't destroy anything. And Swedes abide.
I feel like, especially working in education, I had to tell kids this all the time, you know, especially with a classroom. You tell them, hey, don't leave this room. Leave it the way you found it. It was clean and all. Pick up after yourself, clean up after yourself.
By that. And that's why it works. That's why everybody has the privilege of doing this kind of thing.
Oh, nice. Looks like they there with a couple of people. Got the barbecue going and everything.
So basically what all of this means is that in Sweden, everybody has the right to walk, hike, cycle, camp, basically anywhere in the country. And the only rules that you have to abide by are basically don't destroy nature. It's not even really a thing that Swedes need to think about. It's almost as if it's drilled into them from such a young age that this is just how the world is. Good. You have to look after your country. Anyway, I think it's about time we go and start the grill. So we'll go and have a couple of beers and enjoy the view and, yeah, enjoy the nice weather.
Nice little Pebble Beach. Okay, got the chicken tenderloin, chicken breast on there. They gonna eat tacos, some flautas. This was nice. This was nice. Swedish adventure. Okay, time in Sweden. I'll give you a subscribe. I like this. I like this. But nah, this was good. I ain't gonna lie. At the beginning, I thought it was a city, but Allemansrätten is basically just that right, that human right, that freedom that they have. So that's a good thing. But I mean, you see when everybody abide and follow the rules and stuff. I'm not saying that everybody will, but you know, things still are in place and work, you know, because most time I say sometimes one person can ruin it for everybody. That's not in everything, but that is in some things. So one person can ruin it for. But no, this was good. Y'all let me know, my Swedes out there, do you feel like this is the best thing about Sweden? Or what do you feel like the best thing about Sweden is? Y'all let me know in the comments below. That's all I have. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Send me more recommendations and be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.